Hello lovely Sagittarius, thank you very much for joining me, Lorian, to your September reading 2018. This is going to be for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon and Sagittarius Rising. So if you want to get a comprehensive look at all your chart, I'd recommend looking at the other aspects there as well. This is going to be a general reading, so if you have personal questions you may be better off with a reading from me. And the link as to how to get one is in the description box below. Alright, so let's see what's coming up for Sagittarius in September 2018. Sagittarians for September 2018. They just told me to stop, so 3 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Hierophant, and the King of Swords. He's coming up a lot lately. Alright, and then we have the 9 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Judgment card, and the 2 of Cups, and at the bottom you have the Sun card, which is really nice. Okie dokie, let's see what this means for you. Alright, so a lot of it seems to be about understanding where you're going a little bit more, and maybe not rushing into things as much as you tend to do. Some of you with a heavy Taurus influence in your chart or a Capricorn, you may be more kind of reliable in the fact that you take a stand back and you don't rush into it. But what I do think is that there's a purpose to sometimes Sagittarian flavour of being free or wanting to be free and wanting to run into things head first. There's also a sense, a little bit of feeling some kind of connection in your solar plexus in your stomach. So there may be some digestion issues this month, or some kind of uneasiness in your stomach at some point, because that's what I'm getting at the moment. Like, Sagittarians may feel like their gut instinct is not working correctly because of some digestive issues. So please do look out for that, because you may be susceptible to something like that. But 3 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, which is my favourite card, I think there's something coming up very heavily for you this month with regards to how you want to behave. There may be that you're teaching somebody, or you do have a mentorship, but it could be, I think, a little bit of community and collaboration coming through here. Actually, there is a lot of teamwork going on, but it also relies on you as an individual. It may also see that you are offering some help to people. Maybe you're actually going self-employed as a consultant, or maybe you're going to be somebody who kind of engages with people on a one-to-one basis and teaches them how to do something. Either way, it does feel like there's something that you're able to understand and improve on an individual basis. It's something that you really do feel like you've come to an understanding. You feel like a little bit of compassion going on there, happiness, and feeling almost like, especially with the 9 of Pentacles, luxury, gratitude, making sure that you feel very connected. So that's going to be something I think that's number 1 on your list this month, is just to make things feel like you can, go forwards with this way, and make sure that you have that balance between work and maybe being an individual. It could be that your individual contributions, say, are actually accepted very well and implemented in the team, or it could be that your individuality is what helps the team this month. So I think that could be something that you really do rely on. But you do have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is where the heavy Taurus or Capricorn element comes in. So this, I think, is you are going into a new phase. You are kind of drawing up what went before in order to start something new. This is your turning point. This is your movement, depending on your own personal vision for the future. And this is a 1 card, so this is kind of like saying the new beginnings are coming forwards for you no matter where you want to go. And actually there's a lot of red in your reading that I've just noticed. So it could be that you're focusing on your root chakra, on your grounding, on your feeling connected to the earth and to yourself, just so you don't get ahead of yourself, I think, in a miniature way. It's kind of like the thing where if you want to prove yourself against a sibling or against somebody else at work, you don't have to rush ahead just to get there first. It would probably be better to take your time and make sure that you can produce the results you want. So this is what that kind of Taurian element will help with. If you don't have a Taurian element or a Capricorn element, that's no bother. You don't have to worry about that. It's just to borrow those traits from those signs, just to see if you can get that efficiency, if you can get that routine, so that you can make this smooth as possible, because sometimes your destiny and your turning points can be a little bit bumpy. But I do think that there's something that you come to realize this month, and you feel like, oh, okay, my awareness is growing, my feelings are growing. I feel like there's something that's kind of reinforcing your idea to just go forwards now and actually, confirm the direction where you want to go. But I do think that you may be being led with logic, and maybe money comes into play. You may want to kind of look at it and feel, okay, so where am I going to get the most money from this move? Where am I going to get the benefit from this move? And that's not necessarily a bad thing to think of. It's just kind of something that you need to figure out where your attraction lies for this new beginning. It could also be that you're standing up to the man, which Sagittarians often do. It could be that, this you feel very suppressed by the Hierophant, which typically is belief systems and conformity. So you don't really want to be in the group that kind of defines who you are anymore. You don't want to have the title that you have, for instance, administrator, or you don't want to have the title of him in the office down there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, no, I'm resisting this now. I'm resisting being pushed into this education of this belief, and I don't want to be, shoved into this box, because you don't do well in boxes. It's kind of like Sagittarius Venus. You hate, or typically anyway, hate the term settle down, because that to you is a giant red flag. It means calm down, take your time now, grow up, put your roots down and be boring. And I think that's kind of what this means. It's a term that you hate now. And I think this is kind of you standing up for yourself. This is your rebirth. This is your inner calling. This is your kind of judgment on yourself to say, no, hell no, I'm not being suppressed anymore. I've actually got the wherewithal and the energy to do something about this now. And you kind of, this is self-assertion. So I don't know whether somebody in your life has been pressuring you and going, oh no, Sagittarius, you need to do this and you need to do that. It could be a boss that you finally get the words to say, jog on, mate. It could be like that, the feeling of, I don't really want this. It could even be a partner that has been trying to persuade you to do something that you really didn't want to do, and you just kind of flip and go, no, I don't want this anymore. Stop asking me. Stop trying to persuade me. Stop it. I mean, it could be that they've been going on about it for a while, and you're like, no, I don't want it to do that anymore. No. Because I think that maybe they're giving the impression that you'll change your mind or you'll come around to their way of thinking, which is a bit stupid because you will always commit to your own way of thinking. So I think that's something that you really do need to focus on a little bit more here, to be honest. However, it could be that this person is the person that you're standing up to. And this is a King of Swords, so Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And it could be somebody who's very clear thinking and intellectual, but also somebody who delivers the truth in a bumpy way and goes a bit narky, to be honest. He could really put his own impressions on you and try and get you to do certain things and try and get you to achieve things that maybe you didn't want to do and you not have any interest in doing at all. No interest at all. But the thing is, you do have a kindred spirit with somebody, maybe around this man or around this energy. And it would be a good partnership to have because they're very clear thinking, they're very analytical, whereas you may be more philosophical and a what if type of person. This person is more of a think outside the box, but also look at the limitations of it. So you could actually find that you've got more in common than you thought. with this person. You may have common ground to either say thank you and goodbye, or you may have common ground to just say, actually, you're not as bad. Because it may just be that they feel like they're doing their job. You know, if it's in a work environment, they may just be not trying to do it to cut you down, but doing it to have the benefit of the whole partnership, basically. They're just doing what they were hired to do. And then we have the Sun card here. Now, the Sun card is a very beautiful card. It's about enlightenment and being free, and maybe freer than you have in a while. So it's something that you feel like you're achieving very much, and you're kind of going forwards with a sense of reality and a sense of vibrancy that maybe you haven't felt in a long time. But this is what's calling you. This is the kind of freedom, the sense of greatness. And it's another 10 too. So you do have a 10 here and a 10 here. So there's definitely a feeling of finding your starting point, finding your one, your new beginning. And that could be something that, you know, you kind of commit to over the course of September. Now I'm just having a look and seeing what comes through on these oracle cards for you. What does Sagittarius need to know for September 2018? What does Sagittarius need to know for September 2018? Alright, you. Clear your space. And it reads, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use Feng Shui. So this could be that you have been so swept off your feet, you haven't had time to really do a clean-up. So you've got things from months ago still staring at you, and you're still transported back there, or, you know, you still look at the thing going, oh, I still need to clean this up. But I think also this is about clearing space of people who may have outstayed their welcome, to be honest. It could be that you now have to change your social circle or change the way your house looks, just to make you feel different inside. But I think sometimes this is clearing out the energy connection. I know some people on YouTube do etheric cords and getting rid of the ones you don't need. So it could be that you do a little bit of that, but ultimately I do think that you need to clear away any memories, any ill will that you may feel is coming at you recently, because it just bogs your mind down a little bit and you can't see clearly. But I hope that this helps you, Sagittarius. I love hearing from you, so do let me know in the comments below how things go for you this September. If you do want a private reading from me, the link is in the description box as to how to get one. But I do wish you all the very best, I really do, and I look forward to speaking to you in October.